Hello, 365 community. I don't know who's joining us live, but I hope that some people will have the opportunity. It's late here in Colorado. It's 8:30 at night. It was a really full day for me. I just got off my last call of the day, and I've been looking forward to talking to you all day. So there's quite a bit of difficult stuff going on in the environment right now. And depending on where you live, your daily life and what your work is, your daily life might have already been affected by some of the measures that people are taking to kind of flatten the curve of how the virus is going to go. And so this is really kind of the territory where I feel the most comfortable. This is where my training is really supporting people to make sense of the primitive responses in the nervous system, really supporting people to be able to stay integrated in times of stress. And so I'm going to do a little practice with you right now, and hopefully you find it really helpful. So something to remember, if you haven't done this model with me before, I'm just going to remind you of the handy model of the brain. So if you look at the brain as like this nice round thing, and your nose would be over here and the back of your head would be over here. We have our spinal cord. Hi, Meredith. We have our spinal cord and we have our brainstem here. And the brainstem is where all the more primitive responses for survival are. So things like accelerating your heart rate and slowing it down, telling you to be kind of like mobilize yourself to run away or to hide. And then if you bring your thumb into the middle, we have our midbrain here, where you have more the emotional control centers, and also our attachment is there. And then if you close on top, we have our most recently evolved part of the brain, the cortex, where we have the ability to watch what's happening in our bodies and really be able to reason, to see in the future. This is where we're able to be collaborative, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be social, to feel hope, to feel understanding, to feel our common humanity. Like all that affiliation and community, togetherness, hope, really feeling what's best for us as an outcome in the future, all of that is on the top. None of that is on the bottom. So when we have a primitive survival response that turns on, like, oh my God, there's something dangerous, oftentimes what happens is and in Dan Siegel's words, who invented this model, is we'll flip our lid. So we lose the ability to think in the future, to be calm, to be composed, to really be compassionate and understanding and affiliative and see in the future and be able to make plans to really calm ourselves down. We kind of go in this very primitive, like, oh my God, something's wrong. And people tend to go two ways when there's a primitive response. They either go into disorganization and more fragmentation, where it's like, I'm afraid, I'm anxious, everything's really scary, I'm kind of freaking out, or they shut down. So either over respond or shut down, kind of play dead and be like, oh, it's not a big deal. And so the invitation in this work is to really integrate the brain and allow yourself to see what you sense in your body, what you feel in your emotional world, and then also what are you thinking. And when you can observe all of those three in an integrated way, then you were capable to calm down these primitive responses. And the problem with primitive responses is the more they're running in the body, the more the hormones are running in the body, the harder it is to do this integration, because the body is giving a signal to the brain that something's wrong. And so it is our work, and I'm going to guide you through a practice right now in just a minute, to bring observing awareness, really see things from like more of a Google Earth view, so that we can calm down the physiology. And when it's something like an illness right now that people feel they need to be vigilant about and prepare for, we want to make sure that should somebody, get exposed and get sick, that the immune system is really in a good place to function. And when you've had weeks and months of stress, this weakens our immune response. So we want to make sure that you have, if you're interested, you have a chance to do this practice and really bring whatever parts of it are useful to you into your daily life. So here's how we're going to start. You can take a seat or you can lay down. And I just want to invite you to feel that you are in your home, in a safe place, and kind of look around. See yourself in the three-dimensional space that you are. See where you are. You're in a corner or more in the center. Hi, Julie. And from this place where you're sitting, we're just going to practice and see where this goes. It'll probably be maybe 8 to 10 minutes of practice. And you can close your eyes or keep them open. And really feel yourself here. Feel your feet on the floor, your seat, your back. In this moment, you're here. And we're going to tune into physical sensations. Can you notice the weight of your pelvis on your cushion or on the chair? The weight of your feet? Notice your presence here. And where can you feel your aliveness in your body? It might be tingling in your hands or forearms. It might be the raising and falling of your breath. It might be the beating of your heart. Your belly digesting your dinner. Where do you feel your aliveness right now? Maybe there are some areas like your hands and forearms, lower belly that feel more alive, and other areas that feel more tense. So can you let that feeling of aliveness spread a little bit? And enter other areas of your body. Maybe from your hands, coming up your forearms, your arms. Larger areas of your belly feeling more alive. And just notice these fine sensations, vibrations, pulsations that are always in our body, signaling our aliveness. Your body is working on your behalf all the time. And I want you to picture that as you're sitting, you are surrounded by your energetic boundary. And your energetic boundary is a biomagnetic field that is around you. For most people at arm's length. And for some of us, it can be larger too. And picture that you're sitting in this kind of luminous, there's the word, luminous globe. And you can see it in a particular color. Maybe it's like a soap bubble, or maybe it's more white light, bright. Maybe it's blue or purple or orange. Mine's a dark purple today, and they tend to change color. So just picture yourself in the center of that energetic boundary, and picture that energetic boundary all around you, in front of you, to the side, behind you. And that energetic boundary is porous. So it lets in what's good for you, and it keeps out what's not good for you. It lets in the things and people that are good for you, and it keeps out the ones that are not. It knows what substances can come into your body, what can't. And it's like this very wise barrier, very much like the membrane of a cell. And picture that that boundary surrounds you completely. And it's capable of letting in what's good for you and keeping out what's harmful. Notice how it feels to know that that's around you. And then picture other people with their boundaries around them. Maybe people at home, at work, everybody in their energetic boundary bubble, taking care of them the best way that a boundary can, discerning, keeping what's not good for you out and letting what's good for you in. And all the plants around you, all the animals around you have one of those as well. It's just how life works. And now picture that in the field around you, out in the street, on public transport, everywhere around you that you go, and there's lots of people, that there's a possibility for what we're afraid of, getting sick, to be out there. It's just floating in the air. And picture your boundary like Teflon, literally pushing it back out in a way, reflecting it out, not letting it in. My boundary is wise and knows what I can handle and what I can't. And what I can't handle, it doesn't let in. My boundary is wise and discerning. And then picture in your body all the emotions that are coming up around how people are afraid. Fear and worry and the unknown, not knowing, really not knowing. And what our systems do with that. And what do you feel about that? Is there any fear, apprehension, alertness, vigilance, relaxed readiness? What do you feel about it? And wherever you feel that in you, just place a hand there. Maybe you feel it in your belly or in your heart. It's kind of like wherever you sense the emotion. And just let that emotion be there. Other people feel that too. And notice yourself feeling what you're feeling within your energetic boundary. And feeling the aliveness in your body. I'm feeling what I'm feeling about this, whether it's vigilance or frustration or annoyance, whatever it is you're feeling, or just straight fear, apprehension. And I'm also feeling the aliveness in my body, and I'm sitting in my energetic boundary, and all of me is here. And so everyone's worried about getting sick. And it's very interesting because whenever there is an illness, we're not really considering the other side of the coin, which is getting healed. So we're looking at cases getting healed. And life has millions of years of evolution, getting sick and getting healed, getting sick and getting healed, getting sick and getting healed. Life knows how to heal. When you cut yourself, that cut knows how to make a scab. And that ability of life, that spark of life to be able to heal, is alive in you today in the form of your immune system. And can you feel inside the aliveness of your body that your immune system is your resource, that has millions of years of evolution of wisdom that is flexibly adapting and evolving to heal you, even right now, from things that are in your body right now. And can you picture the collective immune system of all the people in the world elevating to figure out how to be flexible and how to heal? Can you see in the reports 56% of the people healed? Yes, some are still sick, but they're getting healed too. And can we see that cycle of getting sick and getting healed, getting sick and getting healed as the wisdom of life adapting, your immune system having that ability to do that? And what's it like to connect with the people around you and the global community, really seeing that potential of life to get healed from something new? Something new is going to be getting healed. It's a flexibility of life that knows how to heal something new. And notice what happens with the emotions that you were feeling earlier. Notice the aliveness in your body. There's all this aliveness in my body and my immune system. There's the wisdom of life healing in me every moment. And yes, there are these emotions that I can observe about the whole thing. And I'm aware of my apprehension. I'm aware of my vigilance. And then see if there's any thoughts going on. What are the qualities of these thoughts? Are they fast? Are they slow? Are they trying to find solutions? Are they helpful? What kind of thoughts are you noticing? And then watching your thoughts, sitting in your energy bubble within your space, with all the aliveness in your body, with the emotions that you've named. What are some thoughts that you're aware of? And let's include them. When I include my body and my emotions and my thoughts in the present moment, I am all of me is here. I don't have to react. I can respond. I have a responsibility, which means the ability to respond to my life. And who are your resources in this situation? Who are the people that have been helpful? Picture them around you. People that have brought wisdom, clarity, maybe shown you some statistics. People who might have written you emails or sent letters or texted you and consulted with you or consoled with you. People who have been helpful for you to feel calmer. Who are your people? And feel your connection with them. Feel our whole society and global community finding those connections for themselves, finding resources in each other. I received an email from a friend from Beijing this morning who received an email from somebody from Canada asking him what to do. What are you guys doing in China? How do we prepare here? These are connections, these are resources, this is help. People reaching out. Who are your people that are helpful? And then within all of that, here's my most important question for you. Who do you want to be in this situation? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? Can you have respect for the emotions that are coming up? There's a lot of collective trauma stored in these experiences with illnesses and shortages and disruptions of life. Can you have respect for what's coming up in you and meet it? Can you show up with trust for your body and your immune system? Can you show up as your wise counselor in your mind instead of, this disintegrated freaking out or shutting down? Who do you want to be in this situation? And let's close with this. Extend any wish to yourself that you like. Maybe you can use these words. May I be whole. May I be healthy. May I be well. May other people be whole and healthy and well. May our global community be whole and healthy and well. And as you open your eyes and kind of come back into our practice here, and you can re-listen if you just joined. Thank you, Meredith and Julie and Lisa, for joining. I'll be here a little while longer if you want to post any comments or any feedback from what you experienced. And then other people who are listening later, I would love to see your comments from what you experienced. And I had the honor to lead several of these similar to this practices for my groups in recent days. And it's been really lovely to feel what happens in the body when you can really attend to the emotions, you can really attend to the thoughts, you can attend to the physical presence, and you're reminded of a larger reality of how this really works. And so it's a high calling, I think, for all of us to really examine what's coming up in us. I'm having a little bit of a difficult time having actually been through, and many of you here, maybe in this group, been through disasters and, times when there was nothing in the stores and people were hungry and there was really just flour at home and water to make bread and no other food. And what's it like to actually not have toilet paper, which we've been through, or what it's like to not have electricity or water. And, I've lived through that. And, and it brings up, pictures of what's happening in some stores or, what people are doing. It really brings up some stuff. And so I have to be really awake and present to it and know what's coming up and really be honoring of it. Julie, thank you as well. Thank you for being here. I hope that this was helpful in some ways. And I hope you guys have a lovely evening and rest well. And we'll be staying in touch. Tomorrow you have a new healing movement. Hopefully you enjoy the practice. And sleep well, everyone. Sleep is super helpful.